Hello there, welcome along to Hive Live Extra, your place for exclusive reaction and analysis following Watford's 1-0 victory away at Derby County on Friday night. Here in the studio with me to talk through the points of tonight's game, we've got former Hornet striker Tommy Mooney, who's been on commentary duty tonight. Now, Tommy, I don't know about you, but my notepad didn't have a huge amount written on it until around the 75th minute. But what did you make of that game?
No, it was a very poor game in the first 45 minutes. I don't think either team did enough to say that they were in the ascendancy. But then certainly the second half, Watford, without any real quality in and around the box, certainly were the better side and for me deserved the result.
We'll get into it in more detail in a second, but what a finish it was. It was worth the wait.
No, it's excellent skill, and it's what we'd been asking for all night, just to get a little bit of space and turn, but to execute it with such accuracy is not an easy thing.
Yeah, well, we'll break that down along with all the other talking points shortly, but first let's take a look at some of the highlights.
His ball forward is curled all the way through to Ben Foster, who comes out of his area, controls it, finds Cleverly though is giving it away to Jason Knight, and Foster has to scamper back into his goal. Knight attacks the edge of the penalty area, Rooney outside him, here's Wayne Rooney, cuts it back towards Jason Knight, it'll come to Holmes on the edge of the box, takes a touch, his shot just over the bar. Feminier is already well forward, running at Burn. Still going Feminier. Checks on the edge of the box and then curls it towards the far post. Cleverly's nearest to it. That was blocked off by Buchanan. Both of them holding each other's shirts. And there'll be no injury time at the end of the first half. Cleverly felt he was fouled there, but referee ruling 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. Now on the right-hand side, it's Ngaki, who's ran a couple of challenges, drills it into the box. Pedro touches it down. Here's Chalobah, shots deflected and wide. Now Watford think that it may have been handball, but they're going to get a corner, not a penalty.
Yeah, 6 or 7 players are claiming for exactly the same thing, so they're certain it's hit his hand, but the referee's given the corner.
Well, we're seeing a replay of it here on our screens. Chalobah's shot did hit the hand of George Evans. Now Wilmot. He's 10 yards outside the box. Still going Ben Wilmot into the feet of Pedro, who could turn. Wilmot's continued into the penalty. Pedro goes for goal! What a goal! What a goal from João Pedro! Curled into the top corner of Marshall's net. A stunning strike from the Brazilian. And out of nothing, this game comes alive. Watford have the lead with 15 minutes to go. Derby County 0, Watford 1. 75 seconds left of stoppage time. Mooney then, right-footed from 25 yards, goes over the wall and just over the bar. It wasn't far away. Foster was at full stretch. But fortunately for Watford, it hit the top of the net rather than the back of the net.
Yeah, you could see he'd got a little bit too much spin on the ball, and you know it was never underneath the crossbar.
Well, what a finish it was from João Pedro when that went in here in the studio. We certainly enjoyed it, so let's take a look now at how you, the fans, enjoyed it at home.
Yes! Yes!
Yes! Yes! Yes! Go on, JP.
Yeah!
Oh, what a goal! What a goal, JP!
Take a bow.
Wow.
Well, it wasn't a great game, but what a moment that was for everyone watching at home, Tommy.
Yeah, great that they can see it. Obviously you like them in the stadium, but watching it at home like that, and you can see their celebrations with such a fabulous finish.
Tommy, I think it's fair to say it wasn't a festival of football, was it? Do you think there was anything in the fact that they hadn't trained together as a group over the last fortnight and that people were missing here and there on international duty?
Yeah, I mean, we mentioned it prior to the game. International break means there's no matches for 2 weeks, but it also means that the coach is not going to see his players, some of his players, and also there's no interaction between the players for almost 2 weeks. So to get only some of the internationals back yesterday, going into a big game, they're all big games, but in a game of this magnitude where you're playing the day before everybody else, if you like, so you want to put your points on the board early, I think it's really difficult to do certainly at this stage of the season.
Yeah, it certainly took a good amount of time for both sides to settle into the game. I'm not sure we had a shot on target until around the 70th minute, just before João Pedro's went in. So let's talk about the goal. It was a great strike, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was, and it was. He got his reward for going up against the centre backs and then dropping a little bit deeper when they stand still, because they were so deep in the second half. Great little turn, good work from Femenia when he's cutting inside, but then to produce that goal into the top corner is no mean feat, and it's excellent skill, and you can see what it meant to him in his face.
Yeah, I know, and it's exactly that kind of goal you need in a game like that, isn't it, to break the deadlock? Yeah,
there'd been a couple of half chances, and certainly for me there was a penalty when Chalobah had a shot and it's hit Evans' hand, but with no VAR in the stadium, you know, it's up to the referee. He made the decision it wasn't to be. Quina had another good chance later on, just before the goal actually. So yeah, there's a couple of half chances, but that was brilliant.
At the other end of the pitch, it was another clean sheet for the Hornets. There's something we can say individually, I think, about all the defenders this evening, but Troost-Ekong, full debut. I think we saw around 70 minutes of him, didn't we? What did you make of his performance?
Yeah, strong. All three centre-halves, Wilmot, Kabasele, who put Rooney off when he had a chance at the end. Just he made up 2 or 3 yards very, very quickly and just got a touch. And, you know, when you... Certainly, I remember when I was still playing at 34 years old, when you get a little touch on the shoulder, your balance goes a little bit quicker. So, you know, I think that was a vital touch, because you'd expect Wayne Rooney to score in that situation. But all three, and Ben another clean sheet. So yeah, I think he had one half a save. It was right down his throat, and he's collected it well, and his distribution almost set off for another goal. So yeah, they'll be really pleased, the coaching staff, that they've got over this period and got another 3 points.
Just from a Derby County perspective, were you shocked at how limited they were in their chances? Did they surprise you at all tonight in the way they set up as well?
Yeah, they did surprise me, and I think there's no way that they would have played a back five at home if there was fans in the stadium, because there would have been uproar with the Derby County supporters. I know what they're like. They used to shout at me and tell me how bad I was. But yeah, I think, you know, Koku's on borrowed time, and Rooney could have saved him at the end.
I did love that, yeah, your line in commentary there. Quite a pivotal moment there, wasn't it?
Yeah, well, I wasn't sure whether to say it, and I thought, I'll say it anyway. It was, you know, if Rooney had scored, he'd have kept the manager in the job. But yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if you've seen Wayne Rooney as a player caretaker manager.
Yeah, well, we'll have to watch that space. But for now, we can head pitchside at Pride Park for more reaction from the Hornets.
William, it's not a bad debut. Clean sheet, 3 points, happy days.
Yeah, I think that was the most important thing, just to get the win today. I think the first half was going a bit both ways, but we didn't give away anything. I thought the boys looked solid, and yeah, happy to get the win.
Feels like a big win, that.
Yeah, I could see everyone was relieved, and I think it was important for us as well, especially after the break. And now we've got like a busy program coming up, so you want to start the right way, and I think we did that tonight.
I think you'd just come off before the goal. Get a good view of it from the bench?
I think I had the best view. I was right behind it, so yeah, I made sure I told João as well in the shower that he did a fantastic job, and he created nothing, something out of nothing really. And you need moments like that, and I think when you have quality players, they can make the difference, because I think today there wasn't so many chances, but yeah, he took a chance out of nowhere really, and it made the difference.
Looks like you settled in nicely to that back three. Enjoy it?
Yeah, I enjoyed it. Of course, the first game is always a bit strange, because you have to get used to the guys. I've only trained with them really, so it was yeah, it's a responsibility when you come in the first game, and yeah, try to adapt as quickly as possible. I think it was easy as well, because Ben behind us talked a lot, and yeah, I tried to do my best as well, talking to the boys to try and keep myself in the game, and yeah, I thought it went all right today.
Domingos, what a goal from João. How good was that goal?
It was brilliant. We tried, to be honest, both of us, we didn't have that many chances to score in the first half, or chances at the shot. And he had 1 or 2, the second one went in and gave us the win, so yeah.
Has he got that in his locker?
Yeah. He's a brilliant player.
If you could ask him to talk us through the goal, how did it come about?
Estás aqui que estavas a pensar quando recebeste a bola ali para marcar o gol?
Então, A gente não teve muita chance de finalizar no primeiro tempo, né? A gente estava até falando que a gente estava esperando uma bola para a gente conseguir finalizar. Fui muito feliz na finalização e pude fazer um grande gol.
You said it wasn't like first half we didn't get so many chances to score, and both of us were talking about it. We needed 1 or 2 chances to score, and he had the chances. He's happy to score 1 goal.
So the thoughts there of William Troost-Ekong and João Pedro. Tommy, we have spoke a bit about João Pedro, but looking at the bigger picture, how much has he impressed you with the way that he's adapted to the Championship?
Yeah, very much so. He's 19 years old. He's only a young lad. He shouldn't really be in the first team at that age. But he's not only is he adapting to the football here, he's adapting to the country. So I think it's all even more credit to him that, you know, he's come into the team. He scored 1 scrappy goal and he's now scored a great goal. So he'll be looking forward to the next game already.
Yeah.
That's how it is when you're young and you're scoring goals. It's a fabulous life.
Yeah, I think you said earlier you could see it in the celebration that he just loves playing his football for Watford, doesn't he? You can tell he's so happy here.
Yes, but there was also spells in the game where he looks frustrated because he's not getting the ball to his feet. Because you can see now what he can do when you get the ball to his feet and he can get turned and put it in the top corner. So yeah, I thought he's the match winner, and for a striker that's what you want to be. You want to be scoring goals, and now he's got 2 goals in his first 3 or 4 starts. So delighted for him. And
I think there'll be hope now that the squad is generally more settled as well. Both those deadlines are out the way. We know who we've got, that creatively things really settle now and really start to come together at the front of the pitch, because you can see how solid they are at the back.
Yeah, I think the transfer window just gives you stability. You know exactly who's going to be here and who's not, because that's done now until January the 1st. And hopefully by the time that window comes around, nobody will want to leave and some good players will want to come in if we have that availability. So, you know, I think it's the key to it is that, you know, they keep pushing and the injured players keep working hard to get fit, because it's not going to be easy to get in a winning team. But I think when you look at the side tonight, you look at the bench, it's quite a young and experienced and arguably a weak bench. The teams that get promoted out of the Championship have strong squads, and that a strong squad means you have a strong bench. And Vladimir Ivic, hopefully in the coming weeks, will have some difficulties picking his team.
You mentioned the word promotion there. Granted, we are only 5 games in, but if you look at it, 3 wins, a draw, and that defeat at Reading, I think it's left us with 10 points. I think that's a good place to be when you look at the bigger picture and how far there is to go.
Well, statistically, that would be enough if we keep that going.
Yeah.
And you know, the head coach has made it very clear. He's used to winning games of football, so he made it very clear what the aim was. So I'm happy to talk about it once he's spoken about it.
Yeah, no, I was going to say tonight you've made it very clear what the aim is as well.
Yeah, well, he's opened the floodgates. If he hadn't mentioned it, I wouldn't. But no, I'm with him. I think I played for Graham Taylor. The expectations are massive when you play for a manager as good as that. So it's nothing new to Watford players. It's just this current group have got to get their heads around it and deliver for us.
Well, they've delivered tonight. Watford have beaten Derby County by a 1-0 at Pride Park. João Pedro, the goal scorer, once more. That's it from us on Hive Live Extra. We will be back on Wednesday as the Hornets host Blackburn Rovers at home. Tommy, you'll be back on commentary for us on Hive Live then? Excellent stuff. We look forward to seeing you then. So if you haven't already, do check out the Watford website for your passes. I think they are available actually from Monday. So that's watfordfc.com/Hive Live, and we look forward to seeing you then.
If you enjoy that, you'll love this. I'm lying.